Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before we attend to any other business, and please stay standing if you will, another round of applause for Ms. Hofer and the UIS band. Next, and while you still have access to the pockets, please turn off your cell phones, put away iPads, or anything else that might distract anybody else during the ceremony. Thank you. And finally, gentlemen, if you would please take off your caps. It's my pleasure at this moment to welcome to the stage Ms. Gabrielle Hone. She will be attending the University of Detroit next year to be its newest Titan, and tonight she is going to grace us with her voice and the national anthem. Gabby?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, and you may have a seat. Thank you, Ms. Hone. My name is Tom Leitz, and I am the Program Director for the Utica Academy for International Studies. It's my pleasure tonight to welcome you to the commencement events of the class of 2014. It's my pleasure, before we get going with the student recognition, to introduce some very important people and thank some very important people that are amongst us tonight. I'll begin by introducing and thanking the Board of Education and Central Office administrators who have made sure to make this graduation a priority and be here tonight to celebrate with you, your families, the accomplishments of these young people to the left of me. First, our Board of Education, our Vice President, Mrs. Jean Klida. Its Secretary, Mrs. Michelle Templeton. Treasurer, Dr. Robert Ross. And Trustee, Mrs. Jennifer Priebus. Representing our central administration, first and foremost, our Superintendent, Dr. Christine M. Johns. Dr. Robert A. Martin, our Chief of Staff. Our Assistant Superintendent for Teaching and Learning, Mr. Robert Monroe. Our Assistant Superintendent for Business and Employee Services, Mrs. Stephanie Egan. And our Assistant Superintendent of Auxiliary Services, Mr. Mark Davey. I have a few more people to welcome and thank before we begin. First and foremost, parents, family, friends of the class of 2014. It's my pleasure to welcome you and my honor to thank you. Without you, the parents, the family, the friends, the support group for this group of students, they would not be nearly as successful as they are. Class of 2014, I'm going to turn the table a bit and ask you to stand and give your parents, family, and all those here to support you a round of applause. This very small group of students to my left and your right is supported by an army of people. You guys can certainly have a seat. Not least of which are the parents and the parent boosters whose support allows us to do things that I think are so unique and so absolutely intrinsically important to this program. You have my utmost gratitude and the thanks not only of me, of these 104 students, but the entire staff. Parents, thank you for all that you've done. Finally, it's my pleasure to recognize the incredible staff of the UIS flanking the stage and behind me. On behalf of Mr. Walk, myself, thank you. Your dedication, your expertise is inimitable and never overlooked. For every hour of work these young people do, these teachers are putting in 2 to 3 hours of preparation. They're at your dances, they're at your events, they sponsor your activities. They've sacrificed more and more of their self to make this experience special to you. In addition to those teachers, I'd like to thank a few other important people amongst the staff, most notably the two most incredible counselors I've ever worked with, Mrs. Newell and Mrs. Johnson. In a moment, you'll hear me brag about over $8 million in scholarships, about the colleges these students were able to get into. It's certainly their work that got them there, but it's the work of these two ladies and the staff of teachers who wrote recommendation letters and helped these kids through that made that happen. And finally, to the staff, before we give one round of applause, my very sincere appreciation to Mr. Scott Walk, our principal, Mr. Chris Layson, the coordinator who keeps the wheels of this bus moving forward, and Mr. Justin Spear, who is our CAS and EE coordinator for this senior class. These people do an incredible amount of work. Without them, none of these things would be possible. Please, a round of applause for that group of people. At the core of the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program is something that I'm sure you've all heard of as parents and family, and if not, I'll give you your first acronym of the night, or abbreviation, TOK, or Theory of Knowledge. The nature of TOK suggests that the individual knower has to try to make sense of the world and understand her relationship to it. At its core are what they call the ways of knowing, the ways in which we gain knowledge of the world around us. IB suggests that are 8, which might make these guys wonder a little bit because they studied 4, but IB changes often. They suggest there are these 8: sense of perception, reason, emotion, and language, which they studied. Starting next fall, they'll also add intuition, imagination, faith, and memory to that list. These 8 ways of knowing provide an incredible mode of analysis for this class's successes. As a scholar of language, I wanted to focus on the way of knowing, or I wanted to focus on communication and language as a way of knowing. We could discuss the nature of success and the way language structures our understanding, our knowing, the very word success, which will be repeated countlessly tonight, along with its dialectic failure, structures our understanding of personal achievement and meaningful purpose. The very labels we give, graduate, valedictorian, full diploma candidate, 39th most challenging school in the U.S. Impressive, impressive things. These labels, these symbols of knowing, the relationships to knowing, we could discuss them at length, but I'll spare you that treatise for tonight. You're welcome. Next, I thought about sensory perception, or empiricism. Big words for simple concepts. It's what you know through touch, smell, sight, taste. Empiricism is a wonderful standard. It's easy. This class has accumulated a GPA, an average GPA of 3.67, a cumulative ACT score of 27.5, has completed over 25,000 hours of creativity, action, and service, destroyed thousands of reams of paper, writing IAs, EEs, TPPs, and a host of other acronyms that you guys will all miss next year in college. I've heard this class called Macomb All Academic Scholars, 9 of them, in fact, more than all but one school in the county, Eisenhower, which has 7 times the graduates. I have seen the adulation of parents, teachers, community members that suggests you've been successful. I've tallied the scholarships, $8.8 million these students have earned, 104 students. And they haven't even received credits for their IB or AP exams yet. And they're the most challenging high school in the state of Michigan. Empirically, this class is undoubtedly successful. But I think empiricism's too easy, so I thought about using an emotion as a way to know success. IB suggests emotion can be an unreliable way of knowing, but that through our emotional responses, we actually make sense of or know the world around us. The palpable emotions as these kids waited in the back hallway, as you stood up and greeted them, the Rowdy and Rowdy group every year, we like that, thank you. The emotion of the administrators, the staff, everybody suggests that these students have been, will be, and ought to be successful for the rest of their life. But I don't think that's good enough. I went through faith, through intuition, through memory, through reason. I would find countless ways to define you, the class of 2014, to know that you were successful. But it's the last of the ways of knowing, one that you didn't study this year, that I find most peculiarly effective in helping me know this class is successful. Imagination. Imagination is defined by the IB as the capacity to form a mental representation of something without the stimulus or sense of experience. It's an incredible capacity. IB actually refers to it as a very narrow sense. From imagination comes things that we hold most important: problem solving, our executive functions, originality, and creativity. This world has plenty of doers. It desperately needs creative minds to solve our world's most challenging problems. I would argue that the greatest challenge of using imagination as a way of knowing this class' success is also the reason I chose this mode of analysis to focus on tonight. It's unfinished. It's at its genesis or inception rather than conclusion. It is a commencement or the beginning. Now, Danny may disagree with me in his speech in a few minutes, but this is my time, so I get to say it's the beginning. As I read the resume of this class, as I examine the aspirations of these students, these incredible young people, I have hope for the children that are my children's age, for the 2-year-olds, the newborns that will inherit this world. As I look at the creative and imaginative way they chose to view the world and know the world around them through the arts, through second and third languages, and through any number of lenses, I'm humbled at the imaginative and creative capacity of these young people to my left. But I'm also reminded that success is often a measure of what has been done, what has been completed. Class of 2014, in honor of TOK, it's my proposition that success through language has structured it to be viewed as a past tense, but in fact it's something that must be and should be measured at the outset. That the capacity to imagine is as and sometimes more important than the capacity to do. As I said, there are plenty of doers out there, but this world needs the thoughtful, principled, imaginative risk-takers, willing and able to take this broken world that we've left you and make it anew, to make it better, and to inspire the next generation, my children, to take that mantle of responsibility and embrace it from you. Class of 2014, I am incredibly hopeful. I am endlessly humbled, and I'm honored to have been a small, very insignificant part of your beginnings, because the conclusion is going to be something astounding. Congratulations on your accomplishments thus far. It's my pleasure now to introduce the first of these accomplished young people to speak tonight, Mr. Robert Pizzamenti. Robbie has quietly compiled an impressive career at the UIS. When not playing competitive travel hockey, Robbie was earning Robbie was earning an impressive 3.92 GPA at the UIS. He was not only a great student in the sciences, but an equally comprehensive student in the arts. He took that notion of balance that we espouse in our students and ran with it. He will take that love of creativity, of design, to the College of Engineering at Michigan State University in the fall, delivering his address, Rethinking Failure, Mr. Robert Vincent Pizzamenti.
Thank you, Mr. Leitz. Good evening, welcome. To Dr. Johns, Ms. Klida, the Board of Education, Mr. Walk, Mr. Leitz, distinguished members of the faculty, families, and my classmates, it is an honor to be speaking here with you all, the class 2014. Most of all, it is an honor to be here with you all. To be cliche, there is no lack of talent, intellect, integrity in this class. As I look at our class, I see future doctors, lawyers, CEOs, and possibly a president. I am humbled by this class, and I look up to many of my peers, and that is why I take such pride in being able to speak today. Looking at this class 10 years ago, we may have not seen the same thing. We would see future ninjas, Pokemon trainers, and wizards who would hope to be graduating from Hogwarts rather than UAS. It's funny how time changes us. Our paths at 5, 10, or 18 are not the same paths at 20, 30, or 40. Our dreams are constantly evolving, rising and falling, changing course. The greatest thing about this class is our consciousness of the future. That is what called us to this school and why we accepted the challenge. Many of us have known where we wanted to go to college, what we wanted to major in, and what our future careers will be since we were very young. Our tremendous focus on the future is something to revere. However, I fear that this may be our biggest obstacle. I think Conan O'Brien puts it best when talking about his change in growth and career path. In the 1940s, Jack Benny was the most popular comedian of his generation. Johnny Carson grew up watching Jack Benny and wanted very much to be Jack Benny. In many ways, he was similar, but he had his own quirks and differences that pulled him in a different direction. A young Johnny Carson would have not envisioned that he could both be successful and fail to be his idol. His failure to completely become his idol made Jack Benny one of the funniest men of his generation. Years later, David Letterman wanted to be Johnny Carson, and he failed in many ways, as his idol did, yet he grew to be the host of one of the most successful late-night television shows. As a result, Conan O'Brien grew up wanting to be like David Letterman, and O'Brien concedes that he missed that mark in 1,000 different ways. This story tells us something about success and failure. It can be our failure, it can be our failure to become our perceived ideal that ultimately defines us and makes us unique. Failure may seem like a defeat at first, but if you accept your misfortune and handle it well, your perceived failure can be a catalyst for profound reinvention. This is an important lesson to be learned. At 18, I may think I know how I want my life to turn out. I have big dreams and goals, and I hope I do reach them. But how dull would life be if it goes according to plan? More importantly, what if life has bigger plans for me than I have for myself? Success is sometimes a matter of being in the right place at the right time. And what if we think we know the right place and the right time, but we turn out to be wrong? I think that we should embrace this uncertainty, and I may be the first speaker to say this in a graduation ceremony, but I hope nothing goes as planned for my class. This may sound cynical, but if your goals aren't met today, address your failures and changes and create something of yourselves 10 times over what you had once considered as success. We have too much potential in this room for our collective future to be something that one could imagine. To clarify, I believe having goals are important, and I understand that we all want to reach our goals. However, knowing what you want out of life right out of high school is hard to answer for certain. Our future selves will continue to grow and develop and may think of success in a new way. So instead of knocking ourselves for our incompetence to attain a goal, let's embrace our new definition of success. If in 10 years from now, at a class reunion, we are not surprised with the outcome of our peers, we are squandering our gifts. In the future, I hope to be amazed with what my class accomplishes and how we exceed what we and others expected from ourselves. To address my class 2014 directly, don't be satisfied with the decent, exceed expectations, and remember that failure is a relative term. Be open-minded to changes in your plan and respond accordingly. And to end where I began, as you look upon this class today, there will be unfortunate failure, confusion, but most importantly, through that, there is resilience, and I don't know what could be better than that. Thank you.
Thank you, Robbie. Very well done. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce our valedictorians and salutatorians. These students, over the course of their careers at the UIS, have earned the highest marks in all of our classes. In order to be a valedictorian, you must maintain a 4.0 GPA through the first 7 semesters of your high school career. The salutatorian is the next highest marks. We have 38 valedictorians in this class of 104 and 2 salutatorians. I'll ask that we read through the valedictorians and we give them a rousing round of applause at the end. And I will begin with our top valedictorian, Omar Afifi. Omar graduates with a 4.26, you can stand, Omar, 4.26 GPA. Omar's parents are Mohammed Afifi and Siham Namra. Omar will be attending the University of Chicago as a Questbridge Scholar. Valedictorian, Omar Afifi. Valedictorian, William U. Jha, graduates with a 4.25 GPA. William's parents are Kelly and Jha. He will be attending University of Chicago. Valedictorian, William U. Jha. Valedictorian, Christina Lisa Ramatowski, graduates with a 4.25 GPA. Christina's parents are Christopher and Irene Ramatowski. Christina will be attending Oakland University's Honors College. Valedictorian, Christina Lisa Ramatowski. Valedictorian, Sarab Jha, graduates with a 4.25 GPA. Sarab's parents are Bunty and Shraddha Jha. Sarab will be attending Vanderbilt University School of Engineering and Applied Sciences on the highly selective Cornelius Scholarship. Valedictorian, Sarab Jha. Valedictorian, Danny Amir Haydar, graduates with a 4.25 GPA. Danny's father is Amir Haydar. Danny will be attending Columbia University. Valedictorian, Danny Amir Haydar. Valedictorian, Colton Holliday, graduates with a 4.24 GPA. Colton's parents are Brian and Jean Holliday. He will be attending the University of Michigan College of LS&A in the fall. Valedictorian, Colton Holliday. Valedictorian, Michelle Marie Peterson, graduates with a 4.22 GPA. Michelle's parents are John and Rebecca Peterson. Michelle will be attending Brown University in the fall. Valedictorian, Michelle Marie Peterson. Valedictorian, Cassandra Nicole Coulter, graduates with a 4.21 GPA. Cassandra's parents are Jonathan and Leanne Coulter. Cassandra will be attending the University of Michigan College of LS&A in the fall. Valedictorian, Cassandra Nicole Coulter. Valedictorian, Colin James Newton, graduates with a 4.2 GPA. Colin's parents are Scott and Deborah Newton. Colin will be attending Bowling Green State University's Honors College in the fall. Valedictorian, Colin James Newton. Valedictorian, Emily Voitis, graduates with a 4.2 GPA. Emily's parents are Thomas and Heidi Voitis. Emily will be attending the University of Michigan. Valedictorian, Emily Voitis. Valedictorian, Aaron Sahand Fanay, graduates with a 4.2 GPA. Aaron's parents are Amelia and Afra Fanay. He will be attending the college in William and Mary. Valedictorian, Aaron Sahand Fanay. Valedictorian, Smriti Abraham, graduates with a 4.2 GPA. Smriti's parents are George and Suji Abraham. She will be attending Grand Valley State University's Frederick Meyer Honors College in the fall. Valedictorian, Smriti Abraham. Valedictorian, Sohaib Imtiaz, graduates with a 4.19 GPA. Sohaib's parents are Zafar and Najib Imtiaz. He will be attending Oakland University in the fall. Valedictorian, Sohaib Imtiaz. Valedictorian, Kathleen Isabella Surhai, graduates with a 4.19 GPA. Kathleen's parents are James and Robin Surhai. Katie will be attending the University of Chicago. Valedictorian, Kathleen Isabella Surhai. Valedictorian, Devons Baichi, graduates with a 4.15 GPA. Devon's parents are Kanto and Delia Baichi. Devons will be attending the University of Michigan. Valedictorian, Devons Baichi. Valedictorian, Sage Lauren Peterson, graduates with a 4.15 GPA. Sage's parents are Sarah and R. Michael Peterson. Sage will be attending Brigham Young University in Provo. Valedictorian, Sage Lauren Peterson. Valedictorian, Brittany Morgan Ladson, graduates with a 4.14 GPA. Brittany's parents are Todd and Renee Ladson. Brittany will be attending Michigan State University's Lyman Briggs College. Valedictorian, Brittany Morgan Ladson. Valedictorian, Aline Mahdi Ibrahim, graduates with a 4.14 GPA. Eline's parents are Lillian Beatrice and Mahdi Ibrahim. She will be attending Oakland University's Honors College. Valedictorian, Eileen Mahdi Ibrahim. Valedictorian, Etta Maria Kirschmangu, graduates with a 4.12 GPA. Etta's parents are Mihaela and Sebastian Kirschmangu. She will be attending Boston University in the fall. Valedictorian, Etta Maria Kirschmangu. Valedictorian, Alicia Gwen Kovacs, graduates with a 4.11 GPA. Alicia's parents are Michelle and David Humeni. Allie will be attending Oakland University Honors College in the fall. Valedictorian, Alicia Gwynn Kovacs. Valedictorian, Shaival Bankim Chandra Naik, graduates with a 4.10 GPA. Shaival's parents are Bankim Chandra and Archana Desai. He will be attending Wayne State University's Irvin D. Reed Honors College in the fall. Valedictorian, Shaival Bankim Chandra Naik. Valedictorian, Lindsay Alice Paterick, graduates with a 4.09 GPA. Lindsay's parents are Robert and Victoria Paterick. She will be attending Grand Valley State University in the fall. Valedictorian, Lindsay Alice Paterick. Valedictorian, Delaney Brianna Mackey, graduates with a 4.08 GPA. Delaney's parents are Maureen and John Mackey. Delaney will be attending Olivet College's Global Citizens Honors Program. Valedictorian, Delaney Brianna Mackey. Valedictorian, Brandon Jeremilo, graduates with a 4.07 GPA. Brandon's parents are Ramon and Rowena Jeremilo. He will be attending Wayne State University's College of Engineering. Valedictorian, Brandon Jeremilo. You're coming. Valedictorian, Sarah Helen Hensley, graduates with a 4.07 GPA. Sarah's parents are Catherine and David Hensley. Sarah will attend Oakland University's Honors College. Valedictorian, Sarah Helen Hensley. Sorry, Sarah, I have no idea why that happened. Valedictorian, Sarah Margaret Giles. She deserves an extra round of applause. Graduates with a 4.07 GPA. Sarah's parents are Michael and Michelle Giles. Sarah will be attending the University of Michigan in the fall. Valedictorian, Sarah Margaret Giles. Valedictorian, Samuel Huang, graduates with a 4.06 GPA. Samuel's parents are Jacob and Aaron Huang. He will be attending Michigan State University. Valedictorian, Samuel Huang. Valedictorian, Priscilla Sarah Thomas, graduates with a 4.06 GPA. Priscilla's parents are Benny and Betsy Thomas. Priscilla will be attending Gannon University's LECOM medical program in the fall. Valedictorian, Priscilla Sarah Thomas. Valedictorian, Saima Shishti, graduates with a 4.06 GPA. Saima's parents are Sam Shishti and Nazreen Shuja. She will be attending Michigan State University. Valedictorian, Saima Shishti. Valedictorian, Haley Ray Hall, graduates with a 4.05 GPA. Haley's parents are Melody and Jeffrey Hall. Haley will be attending Parsons, the New School for Design. Valedictorian, Haley Ray Hall. Valedictorian, Rakesh Raja, graduates with a 4.04 GPA. Rakesh's parents are Raja Virasamy and Gayatri Ayapan. He will be attending the University of Michigan College of Engineering. Valedictorian, Rakesh Raja. Valedictorian, Jacob Andrew Nick, graduates with a 4.04 GPA. Jacob's parents are Kimberly and Paul Nick. Jacob will be attending Oakland University's Honors College in the fall. Valedictorian, Jacob Andrew Nick. Valedictorian, Ellen Louise Studzinski, graduates with a 4.03 GPA. Ellen's proud parents are Bill and Lisa Studzinski. Ellen will be attending the Michigan State University in the fall. Valedictorian Ellen Louise Studzinski. Valedictorian Betsy Teresa Puricall graduates with a 4.01 GPA. Betsy's parents are Joseph and Jesse Puricall. Betsy will be attending Oakland University's Honors College. Valedictorian Betsy Teresa Puricall. Valedictorian Alexander Frederick Franks graduates with a 4.01 GPA. Alexander's parents are Karen and Glenn Franks. Alec will be attending University of Michigan. Valedictorian Alexander Frederick Franks. Valedictorian Sarah Brackey graduates with a 4.01 GPA. Sarah's parents are Haziji and Kadri Brackey. Sarah will be attending Stevens Institute. Valedictorian Sarah Brackey. Valedictorian Laura Catherine Schwendeman graduates with a 4.0 GPA. Laura's parents are Gene Rogers and Stephen Schwendeman. Laura will be attending the University of Michigan's College of LS&A. Valedictorian Laura Catherine Schwendeman. Valedictorian Kenneth Henry Kutchman graduates with a 4.0 GPA. Kenneth's parents are Paul and Sharon Kutchman. Kenny will be attending Norwich University's Honor College. Valedictorian Kenneth Henry Kutchman. And our two salutatorians. First, Molly Caitlin Hawkins graduates with a 3.98 GPA. Molly's parents are Melissa and Joe Hawkins. Molly will be attending Oakland University in the fall. Salutatorian Molly Caitlin Hawkins. Last but certainly not least, salutatorian Jyoti Ann Phillip graduates with a 3.98 GPA. Jyothi's parents are Philip George and Mary Phillip. Jyoti will be attending Oakland University in the fall. Salutatorian Jyoti Ann Phillip. Ladies and gentlemen, your valedictorians and salutatorians. It's my pleasure to ask all but one of these young men and women to sit down. Danny Haydar, you can remain standing and join me at the podium. Your second commencement speaker is no stranger to the stage or the podium. He has been a debate state champion, has placed twice in the top 5 of the MIFA Forensic State Finals in impromptu speaking. He is the former president of the Student Advisory Board, is a superintendent scholarship winner. He's being published already. He's received a letter of thanks from a former president of the United States, and he's just 18 years old. In the fall, he'll be heading to Columbia University, not so bad for the first 18. Delivering his address, The Emancipation of the Mind, Danny Haydar.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank Mr. Leitz for the kind introduction. I'd like to begin by thanking the Superintendent, Dr. Christine Johns, the UCS School Board, and the School Board Vice President, Ms. Jean Klida. I'd also like to thank two men who sometimes work from the shadows, but they are the reason why we can call ourselves full diploma candidates. And that's the IB Diploma Program Coordinator, Mr. Christopher Layson, and the CAS and Extended Essay Advisor, Mr. Justin Spear. Now, we can't forget the men who helped our school quickly gain its prestige, and that's the program director, Mr. Tom Leitz, and the school principal, Mr. Scott Walk. And I'd also like to thank the families and faculty in the audience today for supporting us along the way. And there's one last group which has done so much for us that I'm afraid we could never fully thank them, and that's the IB Parent Boosters. Thank you. I'm standing behind this podium on this afternoon to deliver what's called a commencement address. Now, Mr. Leitz pointed out that I'm going to disagree with him for one last time before I graduate, and I'm happy to do that right now, because I think the word commencement only accounts for half of what's happening here today. Today isn't just about commencing the next stages of our lives. It's not just about beginning. It's also about ending. The days of mother packing lunch are dead. And the days of somebody reminding us to do our laundry are dead. Right? The days of listening to somebody else's rules are dead. Now, with all this death, you'd think that I was delivering a eulogy, but I promise you I'm not, because there's also a lot being born today. Now, born today is the freedom to decide our own diets. It's the freedom to do our laundry at our own leisure. And it's the freedom to live without a constant authority for the first time in our lives. Now, we're getting a lot of freedom and a lot of power all at once. And we're going to college. This is a very rare privilege within the world. And that's what we need to reflect on. That's privilege. I was raised by a single father who has a very valuable story. My father was born in Lebanon and fled the country as a war refugee when he was 5 years old. He never had the opportunities that we students on this stage did. Now, when I hear my father's stories, the one thing that I always recognize is that we are all tremendously privileged to be up here today. All of us on this stage have some story worth reflecting on. And I think we need to use those stories as reasons to take advantage of all of the opportunities that we're going to have in our lives. Our parents have worked really, really hard to give us everything that we have. So we, the students, are privileged. We have what most of these 7 billion people on Earth can't even fathom. We have enough food for everyone. We have a car for every family. We have knowledge for everyone. We are privileged. 30 miles south, we all could have gone to a struggling school district with less opportunities than our own. Instead, we went to the top school in the state of Michigan and the 39th in the country. Now, we're lucky. We are lucky that our zip codes made the academy within driving distance. We got an international baccalaureate education at a public school. We were all given a college quality education for free. Very few people have what we have. We can't take this for granted. Our worlds have revolved around us for the past 2 decades. Now, those are the days that need to be put to rest. Because starting today, it's our responsibility to put others at the center of everything. Now, for the past 18 years, we've had regimented schedules. We've had parents and teachers to keep us focused. But today, that changes. We now have both the freedom and the burden of taking complete responsibility for ourselves. In college, we'll have many opportunities to slack off and to take the easy way out. I have complete faith that we can resist that temptation. Every day from now on, it's solely up to us to choose between having an active mind and having a passive mind. This will be the most important set of decisions that we will ever make. Tonight, though, we can graduate on a note of optimism. We can say that we have the potential to change the world, because we do. But the sad thing is that people rarely meet this potential. Can we solve the world's problems? Yes, of course we can. But so could many generations before us. In the end, though, most of those generations failed. Why? Because it's easier to live for yourself than it is to live for others. It's common to take the easy way out, and that's why it's called the easy way out. So what can we do then to realize our potential and to actually change the world? We need to be humble enough to question ourselves, to admit our own mistakes. We need to remember that the world doesn't revolve around us. We can't settle for ignorance, because in addition to being bliss, it's also blistering. Spending 4 years at the academy isn't about maintaining a high GPA, and it isn't about acing the ACT, and it isn't even about getting into a good college. It's about having the intellectual capacity to help people in a grand way. If we really want to change the world, we need to use our privilege for a greater good. We need to live with purpose and give back to the world which has given so much to us. Thank you.
And as always, Danny wins. It's my pleasure now to introduce Mr. Scott Walk, the principal of Heritage Junior High School and the Utica Academy for International Studies. 4 years ago, Mr. Walk joined us just before we began the first diploma program class. Though that joining was not probably what either of us expected, the relationship that's come out of that and the mutual reliance on one another has been something that's incredible. Mr. Walk has been a true sage and buttressing for this program and has made it every bit as successful as we could have ever hoped it would be. Ladies and gentlemen, our principal, Mr. Scott Walk.
Thank you, Mr. Leitz. Good evening to you, the parents and family members, Dr. Johns, members of the Board of Education, central office staff, and to the staff of the Utica Academy for International Studies. Class of 2014, you have accomplished an awful lot in the last 4 years, and those accomplishments go well beyond the diploma you will be receiving tonight. You have gained valuable skills while at UAIS that will serve you well throughout your lifetime. Hopefully, the learner profile will always be a part of you. You have helped others through your CAS projects. You have helped your classmates through struggles in classes. Tonight, I want to issue a challenge to you, but first I have a question for you. As you go through your college years and your career, how big of a footprint are you going to leave so others can follow? I have no doubt that you are going to accomplish great things in the future. But would you rather have your accomplishments just listed on a resume or have your accomplishments be the stepping stones for others? Can you have both? Absolutely you can, but only if you continue to approach what you want to accomplish through the path of helping and serving others. When you focus on helping and serving others, you will persevere through the difficult times you will face, because you are there for others, not just for yourself. You will see the job through and continue the process. However, if you just want an item on your resume, perseverance will be lacking. And when you finally accomplish what you set out to do, the process will be over as soon as you put it on your resume. So the challenge, approach life with a tenacity to help and serve others as a means to accomplishing great things, not just for you, but for everyone that follows you. Class of 2014, congratulations for all you have accomplished so far, and I look forward to hearing about the footprints that you create in the future. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Christine Johns, Superintendent of Schools. Under her leadership, students here at the Utica Academy for International Studies and in Utica Community Schools achieve at levels that outpace state and national averages. In addition, our students, staff, and academic programs are recognized for excellence throughout our K-12 programs. This year, our district was honored as one of the nation's best communities for music education by the National Association of Music Merchants. You saw this quality tonight with our band under the direction of Mrs. Gay Hofer. Dr. John's leadership has also led to top state and national honors for our specialized programs, career and technical education, advanced placement, and our early elementary blended learning model. Dr. Johns was recently named the 2014 Tech Savvy Superintendent by eSchool News and earned a People's Choice Award from the Leadership Macomb as Macomb Superintendent of the Year. She holds an undergraduate degree from the University of Pittsburgh, a master's degree from Johns Hopkins University, and a master's and doctorate of education degrees in administration from Harvard University. Ladies and gentlemen, our superintendent, Dr. Christine Johns.
Thank you, Mr. Walk, and good evening, members of the Board of Education, family and friends, administrators and teachers, and most important of all, the Utica Academy for International Studies graduating class of 2014. I am delighted to join you on this important day. Congratulations. The members of this graduating class have achieved distinction as one of the most academically challenging high schools in Michigan, the Midwest, and our great nation. Well done. You can give them a round of applause. They deserve it. You have set high standards with your successes in so many areas. Your academics, Key Club, debate, forensics, drama, the National Merit Competition, and so much more. Your academic contributions and your personal successes have helped Utica Community Schools become one of Michigan's and the nation's premier school districts. Each of you is a shining example of our exemplary graduation rate that continues to be 14 points above the state average. We are very proud of each and every one of you, for collectively, you have attained a 100% graduation rate and a 100% college acceptance rate at many of the nation's most prestigious universities. Well done. I continue to be impressed with the UAIS students. Your intellect, your sense of purpose, your maturity, and your determination are evident in my many interactions with you. I always enjoy the unique perspectives of UAIS students. In fact, the student speaker, Danny Haydar, has engaged me in thoughtful discussions about learning, leadership, and service to others. In a recent conversation, Danny shared with me his impressions of a genetic theory reported by David Dobbs in the Atlantic magazine. This theory tries to explain why some of us grow and prosper in almost any environment, while others need a more favorable setting. According to this theory, most individuals have genetic material to make them hardy and resilient, like a dandelion. They take root and they survive almost anywhere. Other people are more like orchids and bloom spectacularly only in the most advantageous environments. I've thought about this discussion, and I would offer you my perspective. Genetics is the material we begin life's odyssey. However, how we act, what we do, how we respond to adversity, the choices we make, and the opportunities we embrace also define who we become. You have embraced learning and thinking by applying yourself and being open to the perspectives, praise, and feedback of your teachers and peers. You enrolled in rigorous courses, creativity, action and service, theory of knowledge, and the extended essay because you needed and wanted something more. So, for those who may define yourselves as orchids, the choice to enroll in UAIS has obviously allowed you to grow, prosper, and bloom brilliantly. And for all of your dandelion friends, let us never forget that dandelions grow larger, stronger, and brighter in a fertile environment as well. Graduates, you will continue to grow and bloom brilliantly long after tonight. Because of the environment you experienced at UAIS, you are confident. You face adversity, and you embrace life's challenges and opportunities. Tonight is indeed a chance to say thank you. Thank you to the Utica Community Schools Board of Education and Administration who provided the leadership that is the foundation of UAIS. Thank you to the community members that have supported this program because they wanted our students to have every opportunity to succeed and to do great things. Thank you to the teachers who have challenged and guided you. You really have done a tremendous job. Thank you. And thank you to the parents who took this journey with you. Parents, on behalf of the entire school district and all of our students, I thank you for your continued support of our schools and our programs. In closing, please know our district, our community is a brighter place because you are a part of it, both as students and soon to be Utica Community Schools alumni. Congratulations, class of 2014. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Jean Klida, Vice President of your elected Board of Education. Mrs. Klida is addressing you as the representative of a Board of Education that is deeply committed to this community and its students. Mrs. Klida has served on the Board of Education since 1998. She holds a Bachelor of Arts degree from Michigan State University. Mrs. Klida has 2 sons who have graduated from Utica Community Schools. Mrs. Klida.
Thank you, Dr. Johns, and good evening, everyone. To the parents, families, our distinguished educators, and most importantly, our graduates, it is my distinguished honor on behalf of your Board of Education to congratulate each and every one of you on your commencement. I would like to first take a moment to thank the people who have come here tonight to help celebrate with our graduates, because there is not a person in this room who in some way has not played a role in the success of at least one of these students. May have been their wisdom, their guidance, their love, and their support that helped them reach their goals. For some, it will continue. For others, it will always be the lasting memory of knowing how important each of you are in the lives of these most wonderful students on the stage tonight. Graduates, as you look forward to the new and challenging futures that await each of you, I am confident that the time here at the Academy and under Utica Schools and under the leadership of your Board of Education, Dr. Johns, Mr. Walk, Mr. Leitz, and the entire educational staff, they have prepared you for your future journeys. Each of you have had a unique experience here. For 4 years, you have dedicated yourself to mastering the knowledge and the skills of this most rigorous program. And the path you take from this point forward will be as different and unique as the one you have encountered here. And despite the individuality of your experience, you will leave the Utica Academy of International Studies with common traits. You are risk takers. You are not afraid of approaching unfamiliar situations and uncertainties. You have been taught to be independently spirited, to explore new strategies, ideas, roles, to be expressive, and to defend your beliefs. You are highly principled. Acting with integrity and honesty, you have an astonishing sense of fairness and respect for other individuals, groups, and communities. You understand, as Socrates said, that it is not living that matters, but living rightly. You are self-assured, with a right to be proud of your abilities as learners. By mastering the IB curriculum, you were able to undertake an in-depth research as demonstrated by your extended essay. You know the meaning of personal and community service through your commitment to your CAS project, and you also now have a deeper meaning of knowledge because of TOK. So this diploma you are about to receive affirms you are exceptional, committed, prepared. You have the courage and the conviction to challenge boundaries and obstacles, and with that, you can be successful anywhere you are in this world. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us." As a UAIS graduate, I believe, and everyone in this room also believes, each of you have the qualities within you to go and forge a future that is exceptional and unique. Like each and every one of you, exceptional and unique. On behalf of the Utica Community Schools Board of Education, Utica Academy of International Studies, class of 2014, we not only congratulate you, we wait with great anticipation to see what lies within each of you. Now, by the power vested in the Board of Education, the Superintendent of Schools, by the state of Michigan, it gives us great pleasure to present the class of 2014 with their diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, let's proceed with the ceremony.
Omar Afifi, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. William Gui Shah, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Danny Amir Haydar, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Sarab Jah, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Christina Lisa Ramatowski, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Colton Holliday, valedictorian, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Michelle Marie Peterson, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Cassandra Nicole Coulter, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Smriti Abraham, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Aaron Sahan Fanay, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Colin James Newton, valedictorian, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Emily Voitis, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Soheb Imtiaz, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Kathleen Isabella Surhai, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Devons Beachy, valedictorian, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Sage Loren Peterson, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Eileen Mahdi Ibrahim, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Brittany Morgan Ladson, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Etta Maria Kirsch Mongu, valedictorian, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Alicia Gwynn Kovacs, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Shaival Bankim Chandra Nayak, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Lindsay Alice Paterick, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Delaney Brianna Mackey, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Sarah Margaret Giles, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Sarah Helen Hensley, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Brandon Jaramillo, valedictorian, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Simon Chishti, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Samuel Huang, valedictorian, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Priscilla Sarah Thomas, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Haley Ray Hall, valedictorian, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Jacob Andrew Nick, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Rakesh Raja, valedictorian, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Ellen Louise Studzinski, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Sarah Brackey, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Alexander Frederick Franks, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Betsy Teresa Perkal, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Kenneth Henry Kutchman, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Laura Catherine Schwendeman, valedictorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Molly Caitlin Hawkins, salutatorian, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Jyoti Ann Phillip, salutatorian, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Alexis Helene Amico, IB full diploma candidate. Reem Basal, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Noah Hansen Bednar, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Zachary Taylor Bethauser, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Victoria Selly Bugiyong, IB full diploma candidate. Nushat Akmal Chowdhury, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Alexander Joseph Chudzik, National Honor Society, cum laude. Clea Doko, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Brandon David Ilbodi, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Austin Timothy Fisher, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Megan Christine Fisher, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Jacob Michael Fitzpatrick, IB full diploma candidate, cum laude. Christine Georgie, IB full diploma candidate, cum laude. Fea Maham Hassan, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Jamie Renee Henderson, full diploma candidate. Shelby Marie Herman, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Gabrielle Elizabeth Hone, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Mark Daniel Joseph Hooven, IB full diploma candidate, cum laude. Alexis Ashia Jones, IB full diploma candidate. Rita Kachi, IB full diploma candidate. Samantha Jean Kaufman, IB full diploma candidate. Hadia Alim Khan, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Spencer Gregory Kitchen, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Emily Kleehammer Kobetis, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Alexandra J. Liss, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, cum laude. Ali Shui Matuzik, IB full diploma candidate. Lauren Marie McConnell. Selena Mona, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Jenny Fee Wynn, IB full diploma candidate, cum laude. Vincent Michael Papias, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Nishva Patel, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Paul J. Mackenzie Patrish, IB full diploma candidate. Natalia Maria Pavluk, IB full diploma candidate, cum laude. Brett Stephen Pfeiffer, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Robert Vincent Pizzamenti, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Shreya Patacucci, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Katrina Demi Prenzalos, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Caitlin Ann Pugh. Anthony Christian Quagliato, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Logan Jake Sackey, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Camille Marie Scapini, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Rachel Megan Shepke, IB full diploma candidate. Rachel Saman, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, summa cum laude. Juliana Smith, IB full diploma candidate, cum laude. Andrea Lynn Sobczynski, National Honor Society, IB full diploma candidate, magna cum laude. Reagan Janelle Soriano, IB full diploma candidate, cum laude. Nicholas Vincent Spellich, IB full diploma candidate. Marissa Ann Stankoff, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Conrad Staroska, IB Full Diploma Candidate, magna cum laude. Sanjeet Satish Subramanian, National Honor Society, summa cum laude. Tharan Komaraju Sarvarna, IB Full Diploma Candidate. Mauricio Ramos Schwarzendruber, IB Full Diploma Candidate. Hannah Elizabeth Tadros, IB Full Diploma Candidate, cum laude. Daniel Trevino, IB Full Diploma Candidate. Jordan Abraham Triner, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Laith Ramsey Twall, IB Full Diploma Candidate. Carly Ann Tyson, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, magna cum laude. Maria Bensi Vengachavatil, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Conrad Tomas Valilko, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, cum laude. Miley Elizabeth Wise, IB Full Diploma Candidate. Bailey Ann Wu, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude. Summer Ray Wyrabkowitz, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, magna cum laude. Ayana Letice Yet, IB Full Diploma Candidate. Sophia Michelle Zoner, National Honor Society, IB Full Diploma Candidate, summa cum laude.
While we're waiting for these lovely young men and women to get back to their seats, I think we can give them a very loud and extended round of applause. Before we go any further, I have to offer one more thanks, which if you didn't see them running around, there's a group of about 17 students who have ran this entire graduation start to finish, most of them sophomores and freshmen. You want hope for the future class. I think these guys might have a run for their money with the ones coming behind them. Mr. Solomon, your crew, all the kids that helped out, thank you very much for making this the best graduation in Utica Community Schools. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2014, you've heard the speeches, you've accepted your diplomas, and it's my pleasure to attend to one final detail. Please take those tassels and move them from the right to the left side of your caps. Parents, teachers, administrators, members of the Board of Education, it is my delight and pleasure to introduce to you the graduating class of 2014. Though their accolades have been many, remember, this is just a beginning. I'm confident that I speak for everyone in this room, graduates, in saying we know there's a great deal more to come. Parents, family members, and guests, please stay seated until our graduates have exited to the main lobby. Our ushers will then let you know when it's your turn to leave. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2014, you have made us all very, very proud today. Congratulations, Ms. Hofer. Sarah?